Hey, today I want to talk about some things you need to have readily available to expedite your mortgage pre-approval and approval process. Documentation is the key to everything for getting a clean loan through, especially if you have some different characteristics in your loan or past credit issues, or you have some different income history and everything. You want to have all this information readily available to your loan officer so that we can get your loan approved as soon as possible. The first thing is income verification. If you're a W-2 employee, you should be able to pull your last 2 to 4 pay stubs, and also have a contact for your payroll so we can verify your work history. Again, at least 2 recent pay stubs, your last 2 years W-2s or 1099s for all your jobs. So if you've had 5 jobs in the last 2 years and they were W-2, then you need to have all 5 W-2s for the last 2 years. Tax returns, if you're self-employed, also tax returns. If you're not self-employed on certain programs, USDA, Georgia Dream, Atlanta Housing, Alabama Housing, Florida Housing, those different things do require the last 3 years tax returns because they go off household income. So they want to verify how you file your taxes, if you have additional income, for all applicants and non-applicants that are in the household that are over 18 years old. Next thing is your employment info. Not just that I work here and this is my position. We need to know the exact location that you work at and how far that is from where you plan to purchase your home. That could come up to be an issue later if you're not a remote worker and your job is 100 miles away from where you're purchasing a home. Employer's name and contact information, again, where we can verify that you work there, how long you've been working there, how much you've been paid, how long if you haven't, make sure you hadn't put in leave or something that you're going to leave that job. So all that is important. Assets and bank statements. This is very important. A lot of people hide their assets or just think we don't need them, whether you're getting 100% financing, USDA, VA, or anything. You need to show us all your assets. If we don't need them, then it's easier for us to remove them than for you not to provide them at the beginning. The reason why this is important is because assets count as reserves. Even if you don't need any funds to close or you need minimum funds to close, we need to see those assets. Makes the underwriter feel more comfortable about approving your loan that you have reserves saved up. 2 months of your most recent bank statements. This is all pages of your bank statement, not just the cover page. They cannot be redacted, can't have anything scratched out or whited out on the bank statements. We need your last 2 months of bank statements for all accounts, business and personal, if you're a self-employed person. Retirement or investment account statements, if it's applicable, meaning like if you have a 401k or you have some IRAs out there sitting out there, if you have some old 401ks, even not for your current job, you still want to provide that. Those, again, are assets and reserves that make your loan look better. So you want to provide that stuff. Your debts, yes, we can get your debts off your credit report, but if you have other debts such as child support or alimony or anything like that, you need to let us know on the application so that your pre-approval is correct. It will be found out through the loan process, but it's better to know all this information up front. Other debts that we might need to know about, we do need to know about, or if you have an IRS payment plan or a state tax, income tax payment plan, need to let us know those things so we can add them to your debt to income ratio so that your pre-approval is accurate as possible. If you're going to be paying off debts to qualify, or if you're doing a refi and you want to pay off debts, you'll also need the most recent monthly statements for all those credit cards and student loans so that we can get the correct payoffs on those and we have the correct account numbers. This seems basic, but your identification. You need to have identification, government issued ID, such as your driver's license. If you're a veteran, you could have your veteran's card, or you can have a passport, but it needs to be current and not out of date. So if it expires before you close, it will need to be updated. Also with that, a lot of times if your ID has one address and you've been living at another address and you have multiple addresses in your file, you will be required to, provide explanation why all these addresses are different in your file. So this is something to think about and to get ready to provide. Next thing is, if you receive Social Security income or disability income, you want to make sure you have proof of that. So your Social Security awards letter, recent deposits showing that you are receiving the Social Security in your account, that could come from your bank statements. If you're receiving pension, you want your most recent pension awards letter and your most recent pensions payments for the last couple of months, things like that. Veterans, the same thing. We can get you updated. We can update your COE, your certificate of eligibility, and also you provide proof that you're receiving those payments. You can pull that offline. If you're doing a refi, we do need your most recent mortgage statement. You may want to go ahead and get your payoff to make sure it's correct, to make sure you don't have any outstanding late fees or anything that aren't showing on the payoff. Your most recent homeowner's insurance declaration page, so showing your policy, making sure the property is insured, and your most recent property tax bill, just to make sure there's anything else. And one other thing I would add, if you live in an HOA, you will need to make sure you're updated on the HOA. If you're not, that will have to be caught up at closing. So if you have any questions on any documentations, or you have some special circumstances you want to go over, you need to know how to provide documentation on those, reach out to me, reggieloans.com or 404-461-3172. Look forward to working with you. Bye.